Okay, so this is the definition of the ellipse. It is the locus of all points in the plane. The sum of whose distances from two fixed points, f and f prime, is a constant. Kung nagbasa kayo or nanood kayo ng iba't ibang videos regarding ellipse, yung f and f prime is called the foci. So foci ko siya basahin, pero pag nanood kayo ng iba't ibang lahi, may Indian, may American, may British, iba-iba din yung pagbasa nila sa foci. Kasi yung foci, dalawang focus. Kasi kaya siya dalawang focus kasi parang dalawang parabola din siya na pinagtaklob. So, pero close figure siya. Kaya isang set siya, pag isang set yung focus natin, ibig sabihin dalawa siya. We could read it as foci, foci, foci. So pwede kahit ano nung basa natin doon, pero I am using foci for this one. Pero sa iba pwedeng foci, pwedeng foci. So, ang tawag dun sa dalawang focus natin, so that is the fixed point. We call that foci, and that is a constant. So this is the graph of the ellipse. We have two types of the ellipse. We call that major vertical axis and the major horizontal axis, MHA saka MVA. Pag sinabi nating MHA, ibig sabihin lumalaki yung ellipse natin sa horizontal para siyang nagiging sandwich. Parang eto, ayan, yung given sa atin na yan. So, ibig sabihin, that is the major horizontal axis. Pag pataas naman yung ellipse natin, pag pataklob, therefore, yung major axis niya is the y-axis. And we call that major vertical axis, MVA and MHA. So, sabi dito sa definition ng ellipse natin, it is the locus of all points in the plane. The sum of whose distances from two fixed point f and f prime is a constant. So, papaliwanag ko lang bakit naging constant yon. So, i-draw ko lang siya. Okay. Okay, so for the definition of an ellipse, for example, this is the ellipse. Okay, this ellipse is horizontal. Sabi sa atin, locus of all points in the plane, the sum of whose distances from two fixed point is a constant. Bakit? Okay. So, this is the center. Located siya at HK. Pero dito, located siya at the origin. So, if that is the center, this is the foci. This is F1. This is F2. And from the center going to one point of the foci, that is C. This is also C. And the endpoints of the ellipse, we call this as the vertices. So, sabihin natin V. Okay. Pag sinabi nating vertices, ibig sabihin, that is the major axis. Kung nasaan si F and V, we call that as the major axis. Okay, tatandaan natin kung nasaan si F saka nasaan si V na plane, ibig sabihin that is our major axis. And from the center going to V, or let's say this is V1, that is A. From the center going to V, that is also A. Therefore, the length of the major axis, pag tinanong ka kung ano yung length ng major axis, that would be 2A. Again, the length of the major axis is 2A. Or pag tinanong ka, what is the length of the ellipse? That is always the length of the major axis. And it has a distance of 2A. Eh sir, ano naman po yung kabaligtaran ng major axis? So what do we call to that one? We call that the minor axis. So sa minor axis, ang makikita natin doon would be co-vertices. We call that co-vertices. At pag meron tayong co-vertices, I'll be calling that as W. So if this is W1, this is W2. So this is from the center going to one point of the co-vertices, that is B. From the center going to another point of co-vertices, that is B. Okay. At kung nasaan yung co-vertices, we call that the minor axis. Okay. And what is the length of the minor axis? Pag tinanong ka, what is the length of the minor axis? Sige nga, anyone? What is the length of the minor axis?
2B.
Very good. That is 2B. Okay. Eh pag tinanong ka, what is the length of the foci?
2C.
Very good. That is 2C. So the length of the foci is 2C. Meron pa ulit tayong tinatawag. Okay. For example, I have a circle. Pag hinati ko yung circle, ano nang tawag sa kanya?
Semicircle.
Semicircle. Therefore, kapag hinati ko yung ellipse, pwede din natin siyang tawaging semi. And in this case, we call that semi-major and semi-minor. Okay, if I'll be asking you, what is the length of the semi-major axis of an ellipse?
A.
A. Okay, what is the length of the semi-minor?
B.
B. Okay, what is the length of the semi-foci?
C.
C. Okay, so in this case, paliwanag natin bakit naging ganon yung definition ng ellipse. Sabi sa atin, dun sa definition of the ellipse, it is the locus of all points in the plane whose distances from two fixed points, F1 and F2, are a constant. Okay, this would be F1 and this is F1 and this is F2. Ibig sabihin, kahit saang point dyan sa ellipse natin, yung distances ng F1 and F2 would be equal to a constant. Okay, for example, andito, papalit ako ng ball. Okay, so for example, yan, saka yan. Ibig sabihin, andito yung point niya. Ibig sabihin, yung distance nito, saka distance nito, pag inad, papunta dito sa point na to, is just equal to 2a. Ibig sabihin, d1 plus d2 is just equal to 2a. Because 2a is the constant. So, lagi nating tatandaan. Kasi, meron tayong solving gamit yung conditions. Pag binigyan ka ng conditions na yung distances daw nila, which is a constant, that constant should be equated to 2a. So, lagi nating tatandaan that is always equal to 2a. Ulitin ko yung definition ng ellipse. It is the locus of all points in the plane whose distances from two fixed point, F1 and F2, are a constant. So, yung constant na yon, palagi 2a yung ilalagay natin. At tatandaan mo yun kasi sa hyperbola ay gagamitin din natin. Okay, so ibig sabihin from that one, that is 2a. Eh paano naman pag dito, saka dito? Sa tingin nyo, ano yung distance na yun pag pinag-add natin to sa katong line na to? It is also 2a. Because it is a constant. Lagi nating tatandaan kahit saan dyan, kahit dito, kahit doon, it is a constant 2a. Kahit saan dyan, basta tumama sa ellipse. At yung dalawang point na ginamit natin is F1 and F2. So, yun yung maganda doon sa ellipse. Kahit saan dyan, dyan, basta galing siya sa F1 and F2, that constant will always be 2a. Saka kung mapapansin nyo, nung bata kayo, or nung bata din ako, sa palengke palagi may binebenta yung iniikot-ikot. Hindi nyo na pa, yung iniikot-ikot, yung lalagyan mo, iba't iba siyang shape, pero madami siyang, circle siya, tas madami siyang mga butas-butas, tapos yung pencil mo or yung ballpen mo, igaganon mo, pagandahan pa. Naalala nyo yun? Naalala nyo yun, yung iikot mo yung, may maliit na mga, may mga bilog, tas iikot-ikot mo siya. Naalala nyo ba siya? O hindi nyo na nadatnan? Hindi nyo na siya nadatnan, pero madaming ganon. So, para siyang circle eh. Circle siya, tas may mga butas-butas dyan. Tas dyan mo ilalagay ngayon yung ballpen mo, tas pag inikot mo, gumagawa siya ng ellipse. Gumaganyan-ganyan siya. Hindi nyo na siya naalala? Or
Naabutan.
ayun, naabutan nyo pa siya. So yun, ang ginamit doon na idea is the idea of an ellipse. So if this is the case, remember, alam na natin that this is major horizontal. So if this is major horizontal, yung formula na gagamitin natin is very simple. Okay, so this is major horizontal axis. Major horizontal axis. Ibig sabihin, pataba yung ellipse natin sa horizontal. Kung ganyan yung ellipse natin, the center is at the origin. Okay, our equation would be x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared is equal to 1. Always remember that the right side of the equation of the ellipse is always equal to 1. So, for this one, A is always greater than B. Remember that A is always greater than B. Eh sir, paano naman po kunwari naging ganito na yung itsura ng ellipse namin? Paano kung ganito na po yung itsura niya? Okay, if this is the case, nakikita pa ba? If this is the case, we call this as major vertical axis. Okay, so kung major vertical axis tayo, MVA, so this is theorem 2, sa MVA, we'll now be having y squared over a squared plus x squared over b squared is equal to 1. Why? Bakit daw ganito? Kasi A is greater than B also. Ibig sabihin, mas malaki si A kaysa sa B. At tatandaan nyo, malalaman agad natin kung sino yung major axis sa pamamagitan ng denominators ni y squared at ni x squared. Kung sino yung kasama ng mas malaking denominator, that is always the major axis. And expect that this is positive. Sa ellipse, palaging positive yung nasa gitna. Kasi pag sinabi nating ellipse, ibig sabihin nag-add yung dalawang parabola. It is just an illustration. Parang nag-add yung dalawang parabola. Pag nag-add sila, nagsaklob. Okay. So, nakabuo sila ngayon ng ellipse. So, always remember that this is A squared, this is B squared. Okay. Okay lang ba na maging equal si A squared saka si B squared? Therefore, kung equal si A squared saka si B squared, equal din si A saka si B. Okay lang ba na ganon? Tatanungin ko kayo, okay lang ba na mag-equal si A saka si B? Yes or no?
Hindi po.
Yes or no? Sa tingin nyo, pwede ba na mag-equal si A saka si B? Anyone? Walang maling sagot, guys. Okay lang yan. It is good for discussion. So, sa tingin nyo, pwede bang maging equal si A saka si B?
Hindi po.
Hindi po.
Okay. So, guys, ganito itatandaan nyo. Hindi pwedeng maging equal si A saka si B. Bakit? Kasi hindi na siya ellipse. If A is equal to B, it is not anymore an ellipse. It becomes a circle. Tatandaan natin, kapag magkamuka yung denominator natin, ibig sabihin, it is not anymore an ellipse. Therefore, that conic section becomes a circle since A is equal to B. And A and B are the coefficients of x squared and y squared in the circle. Maliwanag? Okay, tatandaan nyo kapag nagbigay ako ng example at magkamukha yung denominator, pwede mo agad sabihin dun sa solution mo, Sir, it is not an ellipse. A is equal to B, therefore, it is a circle. Is that clear? Okay, so, if this is the case, ano ngayon yung magiging formula natin? So, buburahin ko na, ha? Okay, so, let's have theorem 1. For theorem 1, again, yung formula natin is, for theorem 1, that is major horizontal axis. And our formula is x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared is equal to 1. The center is located at the origin, since this is the formula. And the vertices, so, since asa x squared yung A, ibig sabihin, yun yung gagalawin natin. Okay, so this is now, for example, the center is located at HK. The formula for the vertices would be H plus minus AK. Okay, tatandaan natin ha. Yung vertices natin, the formula is H plus minus AK. Eh sir, bakit naging ganyan? Eh sabi nyo po, dalawa yung vertices. Okay, dalawa talaga yung magiging value ng vertices natin or coordinates. So, V1 would be H plus AK, while V2 would be H minus AK. Okay, is this clear? Kasi sabi ko sa inyo kanina, ang kapartner ng vertices natin would be, the partner of the vertices would be A. Okay, sa A. Yun yung kapartner natin. At A is always the largest. So, A yung pinakamahaba. Kasi, that is the length of the major axis. So, sir, paano naman po kapag foci? So, kapag foci, therefore, magkasama pa rin dun sa major axis si A saka si C, Therefore, this becomes F that is located at H plus minus C, K. Eh sir, asan po si F1 saka si F2? So F1 will be located at H plus C, K, at si F2 is located at H minus C, K. Sir, okay lang po ba pagbaligtarin namin si F1 at si F2 or si B1 saka si V2? Yes, okay lang na pagbaligtarin mo. So, yung subscript natin ng 1 and 2, it is just for the location. So, dahil pag nagamit mo ng isang point, sabihin natin yun si F1, ang gagamitin mo naman sa susunod na point ay si F2. Kung ginamit mo si F2, yung isa mo dapat ay si F1. Okay. So, sir, paano naman po pag sa minor axis naman po, yung co-vertices. So, for the co-vertices, that is W. Therefore, B naman yung gagalawin natin. At hindi na natin pwedeng galawin si X. Kung si X yung ginalaw natin, dito sa co-vertices, si Y naman yung gagalawin natin. Since it is not the major axis, this is the minor axis. And co-vertices now, W should be H is the X coordinate. Doon tayo gagalaw ngayon sa Y coordinate niya, which is K plus minus B. Since si co-vertices, ang variable niya is si B. So, saan si W1? W1 is located at H, K plus B. At si W2 is located at H, K minus B. Is this clear? Okay. Doon tayo sa Theorem 2. For Theorem 2, we have major axis as the vertical axis. So, we have major vertical axis. So, kapag major vertical axis, our equation would be y squared over a squared plus x squared over b squared is equal to 1. Again, the center is located at the origin if this is the case. Therefore, if the center is located at the origin, that is also HK. And the vertices would be, okay guys, kung major vertical, dun sa vertices, anong gagalawin na natin ngayon na formula? Anong gagalawin na natin ngayon na coordinate? Is it the x or the y?
Y po.
Y. Okay, yung y naman ngayon yung magpapalit. So this becomes H, K plus minus. Ano nga yung kapartner ni V? Ano yung kapartner ni V?
A po.
A po.
So this becomes A. Therefore, our V1 would be H, K plus A. And our V2 would be H, K minus A. Okay, sir, paano po sa foci? Okay, for the foci, this becomes F. The formula is H, K plus minus C. Therefore, F1 would be H, K plus C, and F2 is H, K minus C. And for the co-vertices, sir, paano po pag co-vertices? Ano pong gagawin namin if we are now given co-vertices or if we're asked to get the co-vertices? Kung kanina ang ginalaw natin ay ang ginalaw natin sa co-vertices ay Y, dito sa major vertical axis ang gagalawin naman natin ay X. Okay, therefore, our W would be, what is our W? That becomes H plus minus B, K. W1 is H plus B, K, and W2 is H minus B, K. So these are the points of the ellipse. So yan, si V, si F, saka si W. Yan yung mahalaga. Okay, this is for the center located at the origin. Sir, ano naman po ngayon yung magiging standard equation if the center is not anymore located at the origin? So, in that case, sabi nga natin nung una, ang ginagawa lang natin is we need to replace X by X minus H and Y by Y minus K. So, madali na lang naman yon. So, therefore, the formula or the equation would be X minus H quantity squared over A squared plus Y minus K quantity squared over B squared is equal to 1 for the major horizontal axis. And for the for the major vertical axis, we'll now be having Y squared, or this becomes Y minus K quantity squared over A squared plus X minus H quantity squared over B squared is equal to 1. Always remember that A is greater than B. A is greater than B. Okay. Sir, sabi niyo po kanina, may A squared, may B squared. Saan po namin nahanapin si foci kapag given po kami ng A squared saka B squared? Okay. So, yun yung question. Always remember that we have what we call as the triangle inequality. May tinatawag tayong triangle inequality. And sa triangle inequality, since dun sa tatlo, we have three variables A, B, and C. A is always the largest. Remember that A is always the largest. Or siya yung pinakamahaba. A is the longest among the three values, among the three quantities, A, B, and C. Since A is the largest, yung distance or yung Pythagorean theorem kasi natin, so kapag may triangle tayo, right triangle, this is A, this is B, this is C, C is always the longest. Tama ba? Sa Pythagorean theorem natin, C daw yung pinakamahaba. Ang ginagamit nating formula dyan is C squared is equal to the sum of A squared and B squared. But we will not anymore be using this one since A is the largest. At dahil A is the largest, ang equation na gagamitin natin is C squared is equal to A squared minus B squared. Okay, tatandaan natin, para makuha natin yung value ni C, ang gagamitin nating formula is the triangle inequality C squared is equal to A squared minus B squared. Is this clear? Okay. Paano sir, kunwari ang hinahanap ko si A squared. Okay, kung hinahanap natin ngayon si A squared, therefore this becomes the sum of C squared and B squared. Sir, paano kung hinahanap ko si B squared? Therefore, this becomes B squared is equal to A squared minus C squared. Remember, sabi ko sa inyo kanina that A squared is the largest among these three quantities. Doon palagi tayo magba-minus kay A squared. Kung hinahanap natin si B or si C, lagi tayo magba-minus kay A squared since A squared is the largest. Question. So, ito na yung formula na gagamitin natin. Ano yung mga formula na gagamitin natin if we have the major axis and the minor axis. Remember that sa major axis, ang makukuha natin ay vertices and foci. Sa minor axis, we'll be getting the co-vertices. Questions? Okay, may questions ba dun sa mga formula na gagamitin natin?
Wala po.
Okay, maliwanag naman guys yung mga formula.
Opo.
Okay. Actually, magiging madali na lang para sa atin yung pagsosolve nito. Since napagdaanan na natin yung dalawang type ng conic section, sobrang bilis na lang natin siyang masosolve. So let's have first an example. So magbigay muna tayo ng example para mas maliwanag. So magbigay muna ako ng dalawang example if the center is located at the origin at dalawang example mamaya when the center is not anymore located at the origin. Binura ko na guys para analyze na lang natin kung ano yung magiging formula natin. Okay. So, sabi dito, we are given x squared plus 25 plus y squared over 16. So, we are given x squared over 25 plus y squared over 16 is equal to 1. But before I answer this one, gusto ko munang ipakita sa inyo bakit nagiging circle yung isang equation ng ellipse kapag equal yung a squared sa b squared. Papakita ko muna sa inyo para ma-realize nyo na, ay oo nga no, tama si sir na pag pareho ng denominator, nagiging equation lang din siya ng circle. Okay, what if I have here an example, x squared over 100 plus y squared over 100 is equal to 1. Okay, so yung iba sa inyo sa unang tingin sasabihin nila, ay sir, this is an equation of an ellipse because the denominator or because the form is x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared is equal to 1. Which is the idea is wrong. Tama naman yung ginamit niyang equation, tama yung ginamit niyang formula, but it is not an equation of the ellipse since a squared is equal to b squared. Okay, so it is a circle. Pero sir, hindi naman po siya equation ng circle. No, it is an equation of the circle. All we have to do is to multiply both sides by 100. So if we will be multiplying 100, this becomes 100 times x squared over 100 plus 100 times y squared over 100. So ito na sa pangalawa. And the last term is in the right side. So that is 100 times 1. So that becomes 100 times 1. 100 times x squared over 100, cancel out 100. This becomes x squared. 100 times y squared over 100, cancel out 100. This becomes y squared. 100 times 1 is 100. Therefore, is this an equation of the circle? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, and it is now an equation of the circle with center located at the origin and that the radius is equal to 10 units. Questions? Okay, so that is the relationship between a squared and b squared. So palagi nating tatandaan na kapag nag-equal yung a squared and b squared, therefore it is not anymore considered as an ellipse. It is now considered as a circle. So as an equation of the circle. So let's go back to our first example. We have x squared over 25 plus y squared over 16 is equal to 1. All we have to do first is to analyze. So analyze muna natin. Sir, paano po namin i-analyze? So the first step that you need to do is to determine ano yung mas malaking denominator. Okay. Ano ba yung mas malaking denominator, guys?
25 po.
25. Okay. Sino kasama ni 25?
X squared.
X squared. Okay. Anong masasabi natin sa kanya? This is major
Horizontal.
horizontal. Very good. This becomes major horizontal axis. If this is major horizontal axis, anong itsura ng ellipse natin? It looks like a burger. So, ibig sabihin pag ganito yung ellipse natin, magiging itsura siya ng burger. So, let's now try to write the equation first. We'll now be having x squared over a squared. Tama? Plus y squared over b squared. And in this case, we could write this as x squared over 5 squared plus y squared over 4 squared. Okay, what is our a? What is our a squared? Our a squared is 25. Therefore, our a is equal to plus minus 5. Okay, so wag natin kakalimutan palagi yung plus minus 5 kapag kinuha natin yung square root nito. Since we have two values sa ellipse, isang pakanan, isang pakaliwa sa major axis, at isang pataas, isang pababa sa ating minor axis if we have MHA. So kung meron tayong MHA, ganyan. What is our b squared? Our b squared now is? Our b squared is what? 16. Therefore, what is our b? Our b is plus minus?
4.
4. Okay. Anong kulang natin sa variable? What do we lack?
C.
C squared. Tama? Kulang tayo ng C squared. Kasi alam natin na yung A squared and B squared, A is for the vertices and B is for the co-vertices. Okay. So, anong kulang natin? The foci. So, what is the formula? C squared is equal to A squared minus B squared. What is our A squared? Our A squared is 25. What is our B squared? Our B squared is 16. What is 25 minus 16? Therefore, it becomes what? What is 25 minus 16? 9. Okay, that is 9. Medyo malabo yung dating ng signal. So, C squared is equal to 9. Therefore, C is what? What is the value of C? That becomes plus minus
3.
plus minus 3. Okay, so we could say that the center is located at 0, 0 or the center is located at HK. Okay, so located siya sa ating origin. So if this is the case, major horizontal axis, what is the formula for V? The formula for V, ang gagalawin natin is Cx, therefore that becomes H, K plus minus A, K. Tama ba? Okay, therefore V1 now is located at 0 plus minus, what is our A? 5, 0. Okay, so si B1 natin, tanggalin natin si minus, it becomes 0 plus 5, 0. Therefore, it is located at 5 and 0. Asaan naman ngayon si V2, guys? Asaan si V2? That is 0 minus 5, 0. Therefore, V2 is located at negative 5, 0. Okay, punta tayo kay F. Asan si F? F should be located at H plus minus C, K. And this should be F1 is 0 plus, what is our C? 3 and our K is 0. Therefore, F1 is now located at 3, 0. Where is our F2? Our F2 should be at 0, minus 3, 0. Therefore, that is negative 3 and 0. Where should be the co-vertices located? So, saan daw naka-locate yung ano natin? Co-vertices W. So, kung ginalaw natin kanina dito si X, ang gagalawin naman natin sa co-vertices natin is si Y. Therefore, it becomes H, K plus minus B. W1 now is, what is our H? 0. K plus B should be 0 plus, what is our B? 4. Therefore, W1 is 0, 4. W2 is now 0, 0 minus 4. Therefore, it is located at 0, negative 4. So, these are now the points that we need to graph. So, graph na natin siya. Pag graph natin siya, this becomes... Kita ba? Okay, kita naman. Okay, pag graph natin siya, this is the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so center is located at the origin, 0, 0. V1 is 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our V1. V2 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is negative 5. This is negative 5, 0. Our V1 is 5, 0. Our F1 is 3, 0. That is F1. It is located at 3 and 0. Our F2 is negative 3 and 0. Therefore, this is our F2, negative 3 and 0. Our W, or the co-vertices, would be located at 0, 4, 0, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is our W1. It is located at 0, 4. W2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, this is W2, located at 0, negative 4. Okay. Pag nag-drawing tayo ng ellipse, hindi natin papakilaman yung foci. Hindi natin papakilaman yung foci. Joanne, Mananggit, admit muna natin. Okay, hindi natin papakilaman yung foci. Ang pagdidikit-dikitin lang natin are the vertices and the co-vertices. Kasi yun yung endpoints ng ellipse natin. Medyo pangit ata drawing ko ngayon. Okay, so most likely this will be the graph of the ellipse. Okay, and the equation of the ellipse now is x squared over 25 plus y squared over 16 is equal to 1. So I have an important question here. What is the length of the major axis? What is the length of the major axis? Anyone who would like to answer? What is the length of the major axis?
10 po.
Okay, why 10? Because the formula for the length of the major axis is
2A.
very good. That is 2 times 5. Therefore, the length of the major axis is 10 units. Are we clear? Okay, what if you're asked to get the length of the minor? Anyone? What is the length of the minor axis?
8.
8. Because that is 2b. Therefore, that is 2 times 4. Therefore, that is 8 units. Okay, next one. What is the length of the foci?
6.
Why 6? Why 6? Because that is 2c. Therefore, that is 2 times 3. Therefore, we have 6 units. Okay, last questions. Last questions. What is the length of the semi? What is the length of the semi-major axis? What is the length of the semi-major axis?
5.
What? 5.
5.
That is 5 units. What is the length of the semi-minor axis?
4.
4.
4 units. What is the length of the semi-foci?
3.
3.
Very good. So, I hope na maliwanag na siya sa inyo. Naintindihan bang mabuti? Are all this clear? So, maliwanag naman, no? Kasi madali lang talaga yung ellipse. Since nahirapan na kayo sa circle, nahirapan kayo sa parabola, madali na lang yung ellipse. And yung ellipse, sa 4 na conic sections, ellipse yung favorite ko talaga na isolve kasi sa lahat yun yung pinakamadali, unlike circle, parabola, saka yung huli which is hyperbola. So let's have another example. Before we discuss our next example, may question pa ba dun sa example natin? Do we have questions for this example? Meron pa ba, guys?
Wala na po.
Wala naman? Maliwanag ba sa lahat?
Opo.
Okay. So kung hindi pa maliwanag sa lahat, pwede mong balikan itong pwede mong balikan tong discussion natin. Yung discussion naman natin is naka-live naman to ulit sa YouTube. So yung mga hindi naka-attend, may 11, pwede naman nila tong balikan. So let's have another example. Okay. What if we now have I'll be giving you 2 minutes to try to sketch the ellipse. So what if we're given x squared over 9 plus y squared over 16 is equal to 1? Okay. Wala. Masyado ba lang maliwanag? 16 to guys ha. Y squared over 16. So I'll be giving you 2 to 3 minutes to try to sketch the ellipse. Okay, let's now try to answer. Okay, first question. My first question is, what is the major axis? What is the major axis? Hello, guys. What is the major axis?
Y.
Y. Therefore, we'll be calling this as what? The major vertical.
Vertical axis.
Okay. So, pag ganyan, gusto ko matuto tayo, huwag tayong gumamit ng formula. Okay ba? Huwag natin gamitin yung formula. Matuto tayo ngayon mag-analyze. Kasi, hindi naman palaging given tayo ng formula. Kailangan mas maganda pa rin i-analyze natin kung saang tatama yung mga points. So, since this is major vertical axis, pwede ko itong isulat as y squared over 16 plus x squared over 9. Or, this becomes y squared over 4 squared plus x squared over 3 squared is equal to 1 is equal to 1. Therefore, what is our a squared, guys? What is our a squared? Our a squared is 16.
16.
Therefore, our a is equal to plus minus.
4.
What is our b squared? Our b squared is 9. Therefore, our b is plus minus 3. Since we now have a squared and b squared, we're now ready to solve for c squared. And that c squared is just equal to a squared minus b squared. And that is 16 minus 9. Tama? And c squared now is, what is 16 minus 9?
7.
7. And c is equal to the square root of 7. And approximately, that is plus minus. What is square root of 7?
2.6. Tipo.
Square root of 7 is 2.65. Okay. So that becomes 2.65 plus minus 2.65. We now have A, B, and C. Okay. Anong sabi natin kanina? Sabi natin, yung major axis daw natin is the vertical axis. Therefore, where is V? Okay. Sabihin natin V1 muna. Okay. Asaan kaya yung V1 natin? Kung mula sa center, aangat ba siya at bababa? Or kanan kaliwa? Saan yung vertex natin? Vertices natin? Kanan kaliwa or taas baba?
Taas baba po.
Okay, taas baba. Umakyat muna tayo pag V1 ha. Akyat muna tayo sa V1. Therefore, this becomes 0 and that is, ano yung A natin? Our A is 4. So that is positive 4. Our V2 is 0 and, sige sa tingin nyo, saan yung V2? 0 and?
Negative 4.
Negative 4. Sinong kasama ni vertices sa y-axis? Sinong kasama niya?
Foci.
Si foci. Very good. That is F1. Si F1 located naman kay 0 and C naman, tama. 0, that is positive 2.65. At si F2 nasaan? Si F2 nasaan daw? 0 and negative
2.65.
Okay, hindi tayo gumamit ng formula. Ha? Asaan naman ngayon si W? Sinong gagalawin natin? Si X or si Y?
X po, X.
X. Okay. Kung si X yung gagalawin natin, therefore, this becomes, what would be W1? Pakanan muna tayo kay W1. Kay W1, that becomes 3 and 0. Tama? Si W2, nasaan? Si W2, it becomes?
Negative 3.
Negative 3 and 0. Maliwanag na ba, guys? Okay. Ampere. Maliwanag na ba yung pagkuha ng vertices, foci, and co-vertices without even using the formula? By just analyzing kung saan papunta yung points, kung pakanan, pakaliwa, pataas, pababa, masasabi agad natin kung saan located itong mga important values na dapat na isolve natin. So we're now ready to graph. Okay, graph na natin. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, V1 and V2. 0, tataas ng 4. 0, bababa ng 4. This is our V1. The location is 0, 4. This is our V2. The location is 0, negative 4. Our F, the foci. That is 0, aangat ng 2.65. This is F1. Located at 0, 2.65. From the center, bababa naman siya ng 2.65. So this is F2. Located at 0, 2.65. Co-vertices as a minor axis, W1, W2, 3, 0. So this is W1, that is 3, 0. Kakaliwa tayo, this is W2. That is negative 3, 0. Okay, so we're now ready to graph the ellipse. Ibig sabihin, magiging ganito itsura ng ellipse natin. Hindi ko na masyadong gagawing solid line. Pumapangit kasi kapag solid line. Okay, ginawa ko ng solid line. Okay, so this is now the ellipse with equation y squared over 16 plus x squared over 9 is equal to 1. Okay, I have a question again. I have a question. What is the length of the major? Length of the major.
8 po.
Okay, what is the length of the major? That is 8 units.
8.
Length of the minor. What is the length of the minor?
6 po.
6 units. What is the length of the foci? That is
14.
length of the foci. Not 14, hindi natin gagamitin si 7. Si square root of 7 yung gagamitin natin.
2.65.
That is 2.65 times 2. Guys, 2.65 times 2. That is 5
5.30 po.
Very good. That is 5.30 units or 2 square root of 7. Okay. So, in this case, madali na lang sabihin kung ano yung semi-major, semi-minor, saka semi-foci. Semi-major is 4 units, semi-minor is 3 units, semi-foci is 2.65 units. So, questions. Questions. Maliwanag? When the major axis is now located at the vertical axis. Clear?
Opo.
Okay. So, baliktarin naman natin ngayon. What if ang given naman sa atin ay points at ang pinapahanap naman sa atin ngayon is yung equation? Madali lang ba yun? Actually, madali lang naman yun. Let's have, burahin ko na or screenshot nyo muna para may lecture kayo before na i-erase ko siya. Okay, so burahin ko na. Okay, sabi dito, find an equation as the center as it is at the origin and with foci located okay. So ito yung given sa atin ngayon. Sabi, find an equation of the ellipse whose center is at the origin and with foci plus minus 5, 0 and vertices plus minus 5, 0. Okay. So binigyan tayo ng tatlo. Sabi yung center daw nasa origin. Yung foci daw na kay plus minus 5, 0. At yung vertices daw ay na kay plus minus 7, 0. Okay. So based on the given, all we have to do first is to identify the major axis. At tandaan mo kung ano yung binabago mong value, yun palagi yung major axis. Okay guys, could you please identify nga what is the major axis since yung binilugan ko yung binago? What is the length of the major axis? What is the major axis? It is major horizontal. Therefore, this is major horizontal axis. Okay, so since this is major horizontal axis and the center is located at the origin, we could say na yung kapartner ni F ay ano si plus minus 5. What is plus minus 5? It becomes
C.
C. Very good. That is plus minus 5. Therefore, if that is C, what is our C squared? C squared is
25.
25. Okay. Ano naman ngayon si plus minus 7? For the vertices, what is plus minus 7?
A.
A. Okay. A is plus minus 7. Therefore, A squared is equal to
49.
49.
Okay. Guys, huwag kayong malilito palagi ha. Always remember na huwag mong pagpapalitin si C saka si A. Mas malaki palagi si A kaysa kay C. Remember that A is always greater than C or A is always greater than B. So, basta pinakamalaki palagi si A dun sa tatlo. So, alam na natin yung A at si C. Ano nga hanapin natin? B squared. And what is our formula for B squared? B squared, pala sabi natin, dahil si A squared yung pinakamalaki, kay A squared palagi tayong magma-minus. B squared is now A squared minus C squared. Our A squared is 49. 49 minus 25, it becomes 49 minus 25, 24. Therefore, B is now equal to square root of 24 or approximately that is 4.9. What is the square root of 24? Paki-check nga, guys.
4.9.
Okay, that is plus minus 4.9. So we now have A, B, and C. If this is major horizontal axis, the formula that we will be using is x squared over A squared plus y squared over B squared is equal to 1. We're now ready to substitute all the values. Therefore, this becomes x squared over 49 plus y squared over 24 is equal to 1. And this is the equation of the ellipse with center at the origin and with foci located at plus minus 5, 0, and vertices located at plus minus 7, 0. Questions? Okay, so kung ganito lang yung tanong, madali lang naman siyang sagutin kasi actually hindi na nga din natin kailangan kuhanin si B dahil ang hinahanap lang naman sa atin is the equation. So kung hinahanap sa atin is yung equation, ang kailangan lang natin is A squared and B squared. Questions? Okay, maliwanag?
Liwanag.
Okay, thank you. So let's have another example. Okay, I'll be giving you 2 minutes to answer naman this one. Same pa rin na nasa origin, yung foci niya, papalitan natin. So the foci now is 0 plus minus 4. And vertices niya is now located at 0 plus minus 5. Madaling-madali lang yan, guys. Again, yung sa ellipse natin, the foci is located at 0 plus minus 4 and the vertices located at 0 plus minus 5. What is the equation? Okay, let's now try to solve. So, madali lang naman siya. Wala nang paligoy-ligoy dahil 0 plus minus 4, 0 plus minus 5, center, origin. Foci, 0 plus minus 4, vertices, 0 plus minus 5. We could say that this will take the form. Ano daw yung form niya? Y squared over A squared plus x squared over b squared is equal to 1. Dahil si foci plus minus 4, yun agad si C. Dahil si vertices plus minus 5, yun agad si A. Kulang na lang tayo ng B. Therefore, b squared is equal to a squared minus c squared. And that a squared is equal to 25 since a is equal to plus minus 5. And our c is 4. Therefore, b squared is 16. Tama, guys?
Opo.
Opo.
What is our b squared now? 25 minus 16. That is
Opo.
9. Very good. Therefore, pwede na natin siyang isubstitute doon sa equation natin. And this becomes y squared over 25 plus x squared over 9 is equal to 1. And this is the equation of an ellipse with center located at the origin, foci at 0 plus minus 4, and vertices at 0 plus minus 5. Okay, madali lang ba? Gets? Madali lang? Okay, madali lang yan. So, may questions? May questions ba, guys?
Wala po.
Wala naman.
Wala po.
Okay. So, what if, last example ko na to, para may paano naman tayo? Para may, last tayong example ngayon, para next meeting, alam nyo na yung gagawin if may iba ng given. Okay, for the last example, sketch daw natin. Showing the center, foci, vertices, and co-vertices. So we are given 25 times x minus 2, quantity squared plus 9 times y plus 4, quantity squared is equal to 900. Okay. So, yung center natin, alam natin agad na hindi na siya located at 0, 0. Pero para mahanap yung center, kailangan muna nating i-convert ito into the standard form. Transform muna natin sa standard form. And if this is the case, always remember that the right side of the ellipse will always be equal to 1. Tatandaan nyo palagi, kung pinapatransform ang isang equation into the standard form, the right side should always be equal to 1 and not negative 1. Huwag malilito. Kailangan palagi yung right side ng equation ng ellipse is always equal to 1. Okay. So, we need to divide both sides by 900. Divide this by 900 and divide this by 900. Okay. We could say that the right side is now equal to 1. Eh, sir, paano po namin kukuhanin yung mga nauna? Okay. If that is the case, all you have to do, okay, is this one. 900 divided by 25. Okay nga, guys? Kasi kapag ginawa mong 25 over 900 tapos tinype mo siya sa calculator, baka mahirapan ka pa. Ang gawin mo na lang is 900 divided by 25. Is that 9? Is 900 divided by 25 9? Hi. Are you with me?
30. Ayaw gumana na mic ko.
What is
36.
Hello? What is 900 divided by
36 po.
6 po.
Ayaw gumana na mic ko, hanip.
Okay, 36. That is 36 and not 9. Okay, so we have 36 for this one. 900 divided by 25. Ay, ulitin nyo nga guys, 900 divided by 25.
Tama po.
Tama, 36. So that is 36. So this becomes x minus 2 quantity squared over 36 plus 900 divided by 9 is
100.
100.
100.
And the numerator is y plus 4 quantity squared. Therefore, this is now the equation of the ellipse. Standard equation na siya ngayon. Maliwanag. If this is the standard equation, what can we say about the major axis? What is the major axis? Major
Vertical.
vertical. Very good. This is MVA. Okay, MVA siya. Major vertical axis. And if this is the major vertical axis, where is the location of the center? Yes, where is the location of the center? The center is located at
Okay.
The center is located at?
2, -4.
Very good. That is 2, -4. Okay. It now takes the form x minus h quantity squared over b squared plus y minus k quantity squared over a squared. Tama ba? Binase lang natin sila dito. Binase lang natin siya dito, 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 dito. Okay. If that is the case, what is our a squared? Our a squared is? Our a squared is?
100.
10. Therefore, our a is plus minus 10. What is our b squared? Our b squared is 36.
36.
Therefore, our b is plus minus 6.
6.
What is our c squared now? Our c squared is a squared minus b squared. Therefore, that is 100 minus 36. Our c squared would be 64. And that c is equal to plus minus what? Plus minus 8. Okay. So, kompleto na tayo. A, B, and C. Okay. So, if we now have A, B, and C, so we're now ready to solve for the foci, vertices, and the co-vertices. So, sulat muna natin ulit yung formula. Okay. Sabi natin MVA daw. Kung MVA yan, yung vertices niya, so sa vertices tayo, therefore, this becomes V. That is equal to MVA. Therefore, vertical yung gagalawin natin. That is H. K plus minus A. And our V1 should be, what is our H? Our H is 2 negative, is 2. That is 2. Our K is -4. Plus, what is our A? Our A is 10. Okay. Therefore, our V1 is located at 2. And that is 6. This is our V1. What is our V2? Our V2 is 2, -4, minus 10. Therefore, our V2 is located at 2, -14. Okay, for the foci. The formula is F, H, K plus minus C. Therefore, our F1 is, what is our H? Our H is 2. Our K is -4. Our C is 8. So that is plus 8. Therefore, F1 is located at 2, -4 plus 8, that is +4. F2 now is located at 2, -4 minus 8. Therefore, F2 is 2, -12. Okay? So, for the co-vertices, since ginalaw natin si Y kay vertices at kay foci, ang gagalawin naman natin kay co-vertices is X. Therefore, that is H plus minus B, K. Therefore, W1 is now, what is our H? Our H is 2. Plus, what is our B? Our B is 6. Our K now is -4. Therefore, W1 should be at 8, -4. And W2 should be at 2, minus 6, -4. And W2 is located at 2 minus 6 is -4, -4. So these are now the points or the endpoints of the vertices, the foci, and the co-vertices. So let us now try to graph. So let us now try to graph. 14, 12. So pataas siya. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Pakanan, pakaliwaan yung pinakamahaba. So sabihin na lang natin, tig 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So graph natin, plot natin si V1. That is 2, 6. 2, 2, 4, 6. So this is our V1. The location is 2, 6. Our V2, 2, -14. This is -15. This is -14. So this is our V2. V2 location niya, 2, -14. F1, 2, 4. 2, 4. So this is our F1. 2, 4. Our F2 is 2, negative 12. This is negative 14, 13, 12. So this is our F2. 2, negative 12. Okay? Our W1, 8, negative 4. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8, negative 4. 8. 8, negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, ito siya. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, ito. This is W1. 8, negative 4. Dapat pala ang una nating graph is the center, located at 2, negative 4. So, 2, negative 4. So, this is the center. Sorry. So, dapat una natin palaging i-graph is the center. And W2 is negative 4, negative 4. Negative 4, negative 4. Okay. So, ito na yung ellipse natin. So, this is W2, negative 4, negative 4. Okay, this is our ellipse with an equation, x minus 2 quantity squared, x minus 2 quantity squared over 36 plus y plus 4 quantity squared over 100 is equal to 1. Okay, I have a question. What is the length of the major axis? What is the length of the major axis?
20.
What is the length of the major axis? That is 20 units. What is the length of the minor axis?
12.
12 units. What is the length of the foci?
16.
16.
Okay, very good. Therefore, ito yung mga mahalagang itatanong sa inyo sa susunod natin. At itatanong din ito dun sa module nyo na check your understanding. Okay, questions? Questions?
None.
Wala
Okay,
po.
so I will not anymore be giving you your activity for today kasi magbibigay na lang ako ng activity sa Thursday. Is that okay?
Yes po.
Okay lang ba yun?
Opo.
Para medyo pahinga muna kayo daw. At sa Wednesday ko na lang ibibigay yung activity. Okay, so may questions pa ba? Maliwanag naman?
Opo.
Okay guys, maliwanag ba? So kung may questions kayo, pwede naman kayo mag-message sa akin para mas maliwanagan pa kayo. At yun lang yung ellipse. So ganun lang yung mangyayari sa ellipse. At madali naman na siya. Dire-diretso lang naman yung pagsosolve natin when it comes to the equation of the ellipse. Since alam na natin yung gagawin mula dun sa circle, nagparabola tayo, tapos ngayon sa ellipse na. Okay, questions?